What rules were created just because of you? Not exactly a new rule, but in middle school almost the entire school used those colorful iMac computers. There was a program, I don't recall the name, that allowed you to remotely control any computer on the network, if you had the right password. Well, I decided to read through the digital instruction manual, and it said the default password was XYZZY. No way, but I decided to try it anyways. It worked. Wreaked havoc throughout my entire school in 6th and 7th grade. Mostly remotely starting up music or renaming files for lulz. At the end of 7th grade, our class went to the computer lab, and I did it while there cause I was bored. One of the administrators noticed a computer moving by itself, and said that's on the 1st of May no our network password, so they changed it. The kicker? In 8th grade I was assigned as a student technician for the computer lab and was given the new password. Why is the password so long? I asked. The lab supervisor told me about the problems of a hacker they've been having, and they wanted more security with the added length. TLDR, I trolled my entire middle school for 3 years. I have no way of proving it, but I think McDonald's and Best Buy changed the terms of the 2007 McDonald's Monopoly promotion because of me. In 2004 through 2007, and possibly after that, McDonald's partnered with Best Buy to include Best Buy Bucks in conjunction with the popular McDonald's Monopoly peel-off game pieces. Best Buy Bucks were a part of the game piece attached to the sandwich in a value meal, or if you purchase large fries, they would be attached to the large fries as well. Every Best Buy Bucks game piece was a coupon with a value of $1. I found out you could write in self-addressed stamped envelopes, SASE, for game pieces, so I tried this in 2004, writing 30 SASEs. Each SASE returned 4 McDonald's Monopoly peel-off game pieces, and 1 Best Buy Bucks coupon. In 2005, the promotion was basically the same, so I scaled up my efforts and wrote about 150 envelopes. In 2006 the promotion again remained basically the same, excepted there was one change that drastically improved the return. 1 in 3 game pieces had a value of $3. In other words, every Best Buy Bucks game piece had an expected value of $1.66, repeating. But also as it turned out, you could redeem the coupon online and in the store, raising the EV to $3.33 per game piece. So I figured out my costs. Each SASE took about 3 minutes to fully prepare, and cost 37 cent times 2 equals 74 cents in round-trip postage, plus the cost of the envelope, approximately 3 cents, for a net gain of $2.56 in Best Buy store credit for every 77 cent invested, approximately a 232% gain. Effectively it offered a 57% discount below retail, plus sales tax was only applied to the cash balance of the purchase. I did what anyone in college, Rensselaer, would do with this information. I recruited an army of friends and offered them $10 an hour to write SASEs. Also, I bought a post office box for 6 months in a town in Vermont, a 30-minute drive, because there was a provision in the rules that Vermont residents may omit return postage. So, paying for someone to fill out the envelopes added about 50 cents per SASE to my cost, but I saved 37 cents per SASE with the post office box. The post office box cost $36 for the 6 months, also, plus gas, etc. But in the end, the plan totally worked. My friends were happy to get some easy spare cash, and McDonald's complied with the rules of their game, and fulfilled about 4,400 game piece requests. I wrote the most SASEs, but I still laid out about $5,000 in expenses, much of it financed thanks to friends and acquaintances who knew I was dead serious. The people at the post office were pretty pissed, and demanded that I upgrade my post office box to receive mail at that volume. I told them, I'm sorry, it will never happen again, and they let me slide. They were all envelopes, so if you've ever seen how the postal service bulks envelopes on those long Plus trays, try to imagine, tens of those trays. I did return them to the post office eventually. We received just under $15,000 in Best Buy Bucks, that is, we got lucky and ran above EV. We received no low, mid, nor high level collect and win, or instant win prizes. We received an ungodly amount of food prize coupons, which we mostly gave to friends, although many expired unused. However, if I recall correctly, we did win one or two $5 or $10 McDonald's gift certificates as well. Best Buy, surprisingly, had no qualms accepting the coupons in increments of $600 at a time in the store, and $50 online, IRC, as per the terms. The first visit was a bit unusual. The manager demanded I provided ID. I said that's fine, I'm sure they'll be able to verify these are my game pieces. And I bought tons of awesome shit. The next year, the Best Buy Bucks promotion wasn't part of McDonald's monopoly. And, obviously, although I'm sure both companies fulfilled many more requests than just from me, that they never expected such an organized, determined response, and promptly addressed the rules to ensure that they would not be taken advantage of again. Clearly, Best Buy Bucks were meant, as many coupons are, to draw consumers into a purchase. When a single consumer, or group of consumers, exploits those coupons according to the terms of the offer, resulting in a $15,000 electronics giveaway, I'm sure they noticed. I sold a large amount of the coupons and purchased electronics at a slight margin, just to liquidate it, and cover my loans. However, I kept thousands of dollars in free electronics, that I'd earned just by writing essays, and playing McDonald's Monopoly. Life being as cruel as it is to consumer electronics, most of the stuff I kept is broken or obsolete now. Also, I lost a ton of stuff in a fire recently. It actually eased me to know that so many of the electronics that I'd lost, I'd never actually bought in the first place. I thought, I will only remember those things when I tell the story now. Thank you, Reddit, for giving me a chance to write it down and share it. TLDR, I played McDonald's Monopoly so hard, Best Buy gave me $10,000 off $15,000 worth of purchases. MIT had the Blackjack team. RPI had the McDonald's Monopoly team. It wasn't me, but a guy I met. He had gym class, and the locker rooms were attached to the pool. So one day after gym, everybody is showering, and he decides to slide into the pool. A guy held the door open. Everybody else sprayed shampoo and soap on the floor, and off this guy goes like a penguin into the pool, but naked. He slides in, lands in the pool, comes and goes, ah yeah. Until he notices there is an old people's water aerobics class going on in there. When he visited the school years later, there was a wall built that you have to go around to get into the pool with his name on it. TLDR, guy slides into a pool naked. They built a wall to stop people from doing that. In high school, the student council was sponsoring a food drive. To boost donations, some teachers offered extra credit for every item a student brought in. Being the smart ass I am, I decided to buy $40 worth of ramen noodles. At 12 cents a piece, that's about 300 packages. I did minimal work for the rest of the semester, and ended up with a 125% in the class. The principal was not pleased, and banned extra credit forever. I was a college junior in 2001 when I discovered the Amazon API. I always liked Amazon.com, but sometimes I just wanted it to be faster like Google. So I hacked together a PHP search engine that looked like Google but showed Amazon products instead. Then I bought Amazon.com and put it online. I kind of forgot about it and went back to my life. Little did I know that Google was slowly indexing all of the content on Amazon.com. Slowly, steadily, Amazon's presence grew in the Google search index. Fast forward a few weeks, suddenly the site's traffic explodes, and I start making hundreds a day in commissions. Then several thousand a day. People were using the site. I was overwhelmed, excited, riding high and already starting to weigh the pros and cons of leaving college to become the next internet success kid TM. But I started to wonder, how am I getting so much damn traffic? After a short investigation, I realized that when I searched for the word Amazon on Google, the Amazon.com site would come up as the #1 search result. Somehow, Google preferred Amazon.com over the real Amazon.com site. By some strange twist of fate, a tiny PHP script that I hacked together in a few hours had managed to out SEO a multi-billion-dollar company. About 8 weeks later, Amazon noticed this, and sent me a nice cease and desist letter. They asked me to hand over the domain name because it infringed their trademark. By then they owed me just shy of $26,000 in referral fee, and were legally bound to pay it. I used the money to pay for the rest of my years at college, and start a small web consulting business, which I still run today. Amazon ended up changing their API terms of service to specifically prohibit API users to have a domain name that infringes on the Amazon trademark, or has the word Amazon in it. TLDR, in college, I hacked together an Amazon search engine in PHP, and made it look like Google. I put it online at wamazon.com, and it climbed to the top of Google and stayed there for 8 weeks. I earned just under $26,000 in affiliate commissions. It paid for my last 2 years of college, plus helped me launch a web programming business. Amazon asked me to stop, and they changed their API rules to prevent this in the future. When I was 5 or 6, I saw my cousin playing with an electric roller door, and thought I'd try it too. A couple of weeks later, I was playing with it by myself. Idea was to hang on to it as it went up, then drop off at the top. After this I'd put the door down by climbing onto my bike and hitting the wall mounted button. At some point, I put my finger in the locking hole on the slide rail to help myself down as the door was coming down. The door crushed 2 knuckles and almost guillotined my finger off. When KidSafe found out, they ended up getting the law in Australia changed, such that you have to have safety caps on those holes. TLDR, almost lost my finger, national law got changed. Introduction to Mechanical Engineering. My freshman year of college had a single term project. Construct a mousetrap car that can navigate a rather impressively complex obstacle course, hitting multiple non-linear gates in order. Points awarded relative to whoever hit the most gates, which was usually less than half, apparently. So, I decided to be a cheeky ducker, and wired an Arduino, small computer, up to our car that would allow me to program a set of steering directions in. Our group hit every single gate. No more electronics allowed on the mousetrap car project. A retail store I worked for changed the call-in sick policy, because I cut my foot and they made me come to work. The stitches split, and I left a blood trail wherever I went for a solid 5 minutes. Now, stitches are an acceptable reason not to come to work.